Good morning. My name is Maureen Chung. Welcome to Daily Devotional of October the 21st. The Psalm is 121, verse 1 to 8, and the title is, I Lift Up My Eyes to the Hills. It is called a Song of Ascents. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. From Psalm 120 to 134 are 15 psalms titled A Song of Ascents. Traditionally, it is believed that the Jewish pilgrims sang these hymns on the way to Jerusalem's temple. Or it could be the hymns the Levites sang as they paraded from the court of women up some steps to reach the court of Israel at the temple. Regardless, it is a blessing to have the health and the energy to attend the worship of Jehovah Yahweh at the temple. It is delightful and exciting. Remembering the days when COVID-19 was rising and due to lockdown and stay-home orders, we worshipped online. Something was amiss. Thinking of the Christians in Ukraine as they are attacked by Russia, buildings are bombed out and people fled their homes. How do they gather to worship God? May the war stop and the Christians can resume safe gathering for worship. Verses 1 to 2 are the questions and answers by the psalmist. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. The gesture of lifting up one's eyes to look is very meaningful. When we lower our eyes, we only see our own hardships and needs. But when we lift up our eyes to the mountain ranges, we'll remember the greatness of the Creator. He was, He is, and He will be. From everlasting to everlasting, He is God. His might and compassion never change. Thus, we can totally depend on Him. The pilgrims in ancient time had to walk from their home villages to the Temple of Jerusalem. And it was a long and tedious trip requiring some stamina. But God will not let their foot slip. Not merely words of comfort, but words of experience from the psalmist. The pilgrims leave their harvests at home unattended, while together they travel to the temple on Zion. Aren't they afraid that their grains get stolen? But the God who watches over them will not slumber or sleep. The psalmist again speaks from experience, testifying for the faithfulness of God. Human beings may choose to be misers, or they may choose to obey God's law by faith. In our NIV translation, the words watches over or similar phrasing appear 6 times. He who watches over you will not slumber, verse 3. He who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep, verse 4. The Lord watches over you, verse 5. The Lord will keep you from all harm, verse 7a. And He will watch over your life, verse 7b. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, verse 8. The one who watches over Israel is the Lord who cut an eternal covenant with them. Jehovah or Yahweh means self-existing and everlasting. So God will not disappear like false gods or idols or fall asleep like Baal in 1 Kings chapter 18 verse 27. God's eyes are fixated on His people, never looking away. God's shade is like a protection from the scorching sun or the waning moon at night. This helps us to recall the desert journey out of Egypt. The pillar of cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night shaded God's people. Even towards the end of their stay in Egypt as slaves, God used the 10 plagues to punish the Egyptians. Yet in Goshen, where the Israelites lived, the plagues never touched their land. The God who cut the covenant is a promise keeper. The Lord will watch over your coming and going. Verse 8. God does not only watch over people on their journeys, but he also watches over the coming and going of their army at war. I remember one episode with deep thankfulness. I have had eczema since I was a child. When I grew up to be stronger, the illness subsided for a number of years. But when I reached my 60s, the illness flared up again. In July of 2018, I joined our church's short-term mission team to serve in Panama. It was very hot there, and I was concerned that my eczema would worsen. However, God watched over me on the going out of his army. It was hot and muggy. I sweated a lot, but the eczema never flared up. We came back rejoicing over our fruitful mission experience. Over the last year or so, I have been writing my daily devotional every day in both English and Chinese. I couldn't stop. In March, I was diagnosed with basal cell carcinoma and had 2 minor surgeries. By the grace of God, I recovered. In May, I contracted COVID-19, but the symptoms were mild. I recovered in a few days, thank God. Until now, I have not missed publishing the daily devotional. This also is the benefit of God watching over me. Yes, I lift my eyes to the mountains, knowing that my help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. He will watch over me both now and forevermore. My Lord, my God, when you are with me, it is a blessing for a lifetime. My safety depends on you. I will serve you for my entire life until I see you in heaven. Please accept my offering. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen. Yes, God is with you, Emmanuel. And may God bless you all. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you.